Hi, welcome to the Harvard Activities Index. My name is Kuo-Kai Chin. I'm a member of the class of 2015, living in Eliot House and concentrating in chemical and physical biology. The Harvard Activities Index is basically inspired by the Q Guide to help students find new activities based on other people's ratings or recruit new members by giving good ratings to organizations. Here we see on the home page a search function. It's fairly minimalist by design, and we can, if we're in the mood for a music organization, we can search for a piano, and there are a bunch of filters that we can use, and in this case I think searching for something that has piano in its name would work just fine for our purposes. This gives us one result, which is the Piano Society, and we have a very brief description of what it does, what the activity is all about, and its rating and so on. But let's click on details for more details. Here you see the contact information for the organization, the size, and more detailed ratings. These ratings were generated by me randomly, and but when many students start using it, that will no longer be the case. And here we can go to full comments, because we're interested in seeing more than just the top 3 comments that we saw on the previous page. Here, the intent is to have the more helpful comments get upvoted to the top. The third comment here talks about how everyone is so friendly and seems helpful. So let's upvote that, and you can see the upvote number immediately change to 3. If we refresh the page, we can see that first, that has 3 upvotes, and second, you can't really upvote it again. So this prevents spamming an upvote. Now we can go to actually rating this activity, submitting ratings of our own. And you can toggle all of these nice fancy sliders and say we're pretty satisfied, the time commitment is not that big, but the activity is very well organized and so on. And obviously very friendly. We can enter a comment, which is optional actually. I love pianos. And we can enter an email, which is important for verification, because, I don't know, piano@college.harvard.edu. It's important for verification because we want you to be using a Harvard email, or else you will be submitting random things. Anyways, we thank you for rating, and remember how on the activities page there are some other functionalities? Well, here you see that you can actually add a tag to this activity. Now, I think the Piano Society has something to do with music, but that doesn't seem to be an existing tag, so I'm going to add music, and I'm going to submit this form. And ta-da! Let's go back to the activity and see if that worked. And you can see right here, wow, music is now a tag. Fantastic. Now, we can, these are pretty much the functions you can do to the Piano Society. And now we can go back home, and in our search function, we can search for music within tags, and let's see what we get. And voila! We have the Piano Society is an activity that has the tag music. So in the future, if you're interested in making the database better for everyone, you should rate a lot of activities, tag a lot of activities, and thank you for listening, and I hope you use this app.